In 1941, Heinz Guderian's 2nd Panzer Group captured hundreds of thousands of Soviet troops, but just a couple of months later, he was dismissed by Hitler, his strategies questioned, and his future uncertain. What led to this dramatic fall from grace? In today's video, we'll uncover the truth behind Heinz Guderian's complex relationship with Hitler and the myths that have surrounded his legacy for decades. In the aftermath of World War I, Heinz Guderian emerged as a visionary in German military circles. As a young officer, he became fascinated with motorized warfare, contrasting with the prevailing military thinking in Germany at the time. Guderian studied foreign military theorists, especially British officers J.F.C. Fuller and B.H. Liddell Hart, who advocated for using tanks beyond infantry support. Their ideas massively influenced Guderian's concepts of armored warfare. Despite facing resistance within the German army, Guderian persisted in promoting his ideas. He published articles in military journals and authored the influential book Achtung Panzer in 1937, emphasizing the need to concentrate armored forces for breakthroughs and exploit gaps in enemy lines. He argued for forming combined arms units that integrated tanks, motorized infantry, and mobile artillery. Guderian's efforts began to pay off as he gained support from progressive officers and attracted the attention of Adolf Hitler. In 1935, he took command of the 2nd Panzer Division, allowing him to implement his theories during training exercises. The success of these exercises led to his appointment as Chief of Mobile Troops in 1938, giving him significant influence over the development of Germany's armored forces. As Germany invaded Poland in September 1939, Guderian took command of the 19th Army Corps, which included a significant portion of Germany's armored vehicles. Guderian's corps controlled 14.5% of Germany's armored fighting vehicles. The rapid successes of German forces in Poland, particularly in capturing strategic objectives like Brest-Litovsk, showcased the power of Blitzkrieg tactics. This campaign provided valuable lessons that Guderian would apply to future operations, refining his approach to coordinating armor, infantry, and air support while emphasizing the importance of maintaining momentum and exploiting breakthroughs. After Poland, Guderian's tactics were put to an even greater test in the invasion of France. During the invasion, Guderian's role expanded significantly. His Panzer Group spearheaded the drive through the Ardennes, leading to a decisive breakthrough at the Battle of Sedan. This massive armored force, combined with aggressive tactics, shattered the French lines and created chaos among the defenders. Guderian's ability to lead from the front, utilizing modern communication systems, allowed him to effectively coordinate his panzer units and maintain their rapid advance. This strategy caught the French and British forces off balance. However, the success of the Blitzkrieg in France was not solely due to tactical brilliance. The French lost not only because of German tactics, but also due to low morale, bad military strategies, and poor coordination among the Allies. Despite these issues, the German victory was quick and decisive. It shocked the world and strengthened the reputation of Guderian's armored warfare tactics. After the French campaign ended, Guderian's influence in the German high command grew significantly. Hitler, impressed by the success of the Blitzkrieg, placed increasing trust in Guderian's abilities and ideas as Germany set its sights on the Soviet Union. At the start of Operation Barbarossa, Guderian's 2nd Panzer Group achieved significant success. They swiftly closed the Minsk pocket, capturing 300,000 Soviet soldiers. Then they advanced towards Smolensk, encircling and destroying 3 Soviet armies. Because of these successes, Guderian was awarded the Knight's Cross with oak leaves on July 17, 1941. As the campaign continued, Guderian faced significant challenges. The vast distances in the Soviet Union and the harsh Russian climate made operations difficult. Despite these difficulties, Guderian's forces participated in the Battle of Kiev, inflicting heavy losses on the Red Army. But the victory came at a cost, with only 21% of Guderian's tanks remaining operational by mid-September. Guderian increasingly clashed with other German commanders and with Hitler. Guderian strongly believed that pushing toward Moscow was essential to defeat the Soviet Union before winter. However, this strategy conflicted with Hitler's decision to stop the advance on the Soviet capital. In December 1941, as German forces faced severe setbacks outside Moscow, Adolf Hitler made a decisive move by relieving General Guderian of his command on December 26th. This dismissal marked a turning point in the Eastern Front campaign and left a significant void in German armored leadership for the remainder of the war. As the conflict descended into a brutal war of attrition, the limitations of Blitzkrieg tactics in such a vast theater became increasingly apparent. Guderian's fall from grace had far-reaching consequences for both the general and the German war effort, highlighting the strategic challenges faced by the Wehrmacht on the Eastern Front. In March 1943, following the defeat at Stalingrad, Hitler appointed Guderian as Inspector General of Armored Troops. This role gave Guderian broad responsibilities for overseeing the Panzer Arm and training new forces, but also presented significant challenges. The German armored force was struggling to maintain its combat effectiveness due to the relentless fighting on the Eastern Front. To address these issues, Guderian worked with Albert Speer, the Minister of Armaments, to improve the manufacture and development of armored vehicles. Their efforts, however, were hampered by Germany's deteriorating war economy and resource shortages. Guderian focused on improving tank design and production, leading to a significant increase in Panther tank output. Despite these efforts, the new Panther and Tiger tanks suffered from mechanical issues and production delays, limiting their battlefield effectiveness. Guderian's tenure was marked by frequent conflicts with other Nazi leaders over military strategy and resource allocation. These disagreements intensified as Germany's war situation deteriorated, complicating his efforts to revitalize the panzer forces. A notable clash occurred before Operation Citadel, the last major German offensive in the East. Guderian opposed the operation, arguing it would be costly and achieve little. Despite his objections, the offensive proceeded with disastrous results for the German forces. Guderian participated in the Court of Honor, established by Hitler to deal with those accused of involvement in the July 20th plot. This court, marked by Gestapo torture and summary executions, led to the deaths of many officers without proper trials. On July 20, 1944, Guderian was appointed acting chief of the General Staff of Army High Command, following the failed assassination attempt on Hitler. This new role placed him at the center of Germany's military decision-making as the Reich faced defeat on multiple fronts. Guderian's primary challenge was advising Hitler on military strategy, particularly regarding the Eastern Front, while managing a depleted and demoralized staff due to widespread arrests within the leadership. As the war situation worsened, conflicts between Guderian and Hitler escalated. Their disagreements often centered on strategic decisions, with Guderian advocating for defensive measures while Hitler insisted on maintaining untenable positions. In February 1945, Guderian argued for withdrawing German troops from various fronts to strengthen defenses within Germany. This suggestion enraged Hitler, leading to a heated exchange where Hitler reportedly shook his fists in Guderian's face. Another significant clash occurred on February 13, 1945, during a 2-hour meeting where Guderian insisted on immediate action against advancing Soviet forces. Despite Hitler's anger, Guderian kept highlighting the growing divide between military realities and Hitler's increasingly detached vision. Throughout this period, Guderian attempted to rationalize German defense by proposing troop evacuations from peripheral regions to concentrate forces for Germany's defense. However, Hitler consistently rejected these proposals, believing that no territory should be abandoned without a fight. Guderian and his staff surrendered to US forces on May 10, 1945. He avoided conviction as a war criminal at the Nuremberg trials due to insufficient documentary evidence against him. During questioning, he denied being a strong supporter of Nazism. Despite the war's end, Guderian continued to admire Hitler and National Socialism. While detained by the Americans, his conversations were secretly recorded. In one recording, he stated during a discussion with former Field Marshal Wilhelm Ritter von Leeb and General Leo Geyer von Schweppenberg, the fundamental principles of Nazism were fine. After the war, Guderian embarked on a mission to rewrite his own history through his memoir, Panzer Leader. Published in 1950, the book quickly became a bestseller and significantly influenced the narrative of Guderian's military accomplishments. However, as scholars examined his claims more closely, they uncovered numerous discrepancies that challenged the foundation of his legacy. Historians criticized Guderian's memoirs for containing what they termed egregious untruths. One notable example was his assertion that he did not carry out the Commissar order, a claim directly contradicted by documented evidence from his own Panzer Group. This discrepancy raised serious questions about Guderian's honesty and his willingness to confront the darker aspects of his wartime service. Guderian's writings contributed significantly to the clean Wehrmacht myth, which posited that the German military was separate from the Nazi regime's atrocities. By presenting himself and his fellow officers as professional soldiers, untainted by Nazi ideology, Guderian helped create a sanitized version of history that would persist for decades. Scholar Pier Battistelli noted that Guderian's memoirs effectively rewrote history, particularly in downplaying his role in war crimes during Operation Barbarossa. As new research emerged, historians began to challenge Guderian's self-centered narrative. They discovered that his memoirs were initially the only source on the development of panzer forces, leading to an over-reliance on his account. This realization prompted a re-evaluation of Guderian's contributions, resulting in a more nuanced view of his role in shaping German armored warfare. The reality reveals a capable commander who was part of a broader evolution in military thinking, rather than the sole architect of the panzer divisions or Blitzkrieg tactics. The legacy of Heinz Guderian remains complex and controversial. While his military innovations are still recognized, the myths propagated by his memoirs have led to ongoing debates among historians. The Panzer leader myth, carefully constructed by Guderian himself, continues to unravel as researchers uncover more evidence contradicting his claims. This evolving understanding of Guderian's career serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of critical analysis when examining personal accounts of war. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. We hope you found this video informative. If you enjoyed learning about today's topic, make sure to check out our other World War II videos. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more World War II content. And we'll see you in the next one.